How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another video. So over the past weekend I went diving with my friend Hunter off of his family friend's boat 2 days in a row, and we got on some action, some deep reef action and some pelagic action, and I can't wait to show you guys the videos and the clips that I got. So I'm gonna split this trip into two videos. The first one is gonna be the first day, and the second one obviously is going to be the second day. And I hope you guys enjoy that. Remember, if you guys like this video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. It really helps out my channel, and I think you guys are going to like this video. This video specifically was a really big moment for me, and I hope you guys enjoy. I'd love to share with you guys, and stay tuned to the end. So yeah, I'm gonna roll the clips, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. So I'll see you in the water. Shoots, everybody. Alright guys, so right off the bat, I was noticing that at this spot, there is a ton of roys. And I was seeing them on drops and while swimming around and stuff, so I decided to bust out the 3-prong and try and take a couple out of there. And on this drop, I was actually going down to try and film Hunter, because he was hunting a school of moo. And the moo were super curious, so I wanted to be down there if he shot one. But by the time I got down there, he was already going back up. So I just kind of started looking around, trying to find that roy that I saw when I was making my drop. So I'm just looking around, and then I turn and I see him just sitting in front of that coral head right there. So then I line up, just put a solid shot in his brain, and got one of these guys out of there. Always good to stop and take a few of these guys out, especially if you're gonna be shooting some stuff on the reef. You want to kind of give back. This is a great way to do that. These guys are super invasive, and if you want to keep the reefs healthy, it's always kind of good to stop and shoot some of these guys for a little bit. I usually try and get a couple after. If there's a bunch of them in a spot, I usually try and get a couple after I'm done shooting the fish that I want to take home. You can see that big roy going under that coral head there. So I just drop all the way down to the bottom. And I figured he was probably going to be poking his head out somewhere. So I dropped down and I was just looking around. And sure enough, he's sitting right there. I don't know where he came from, but I line up, take a shot. I don't know why. This guy was a little bit quicker to react than his friend. Got him mid-body. But I just pinned him against the coral head and then grabbed the other side of the prongs and made sure he wasn't going anywhere. So on this drop, we found this deep ledge, and it was super steep. And Hunter saw a school of yellow spot swimming around, big yellow spots. So he starts making his drop, grunting and doing a little bit of squid fingers. And as he's going down, sure enough, one of them breaks off from the school that you can't really see. He lines up. It's a solid spine shot. I saw that from the surface and I started cheering because that was so sick. Just to see him turn up like that. Now, he wasn't completely spined. He still put in a little bit of a fight. But you could definitely tell that Hunter's shot did some damage to that yellow spot. There's me just going down. I had the 3-prong loaded because I was going to put in a backup shot just in case. But I saw that Hunter's shot was solid, right in the middle of the body. Like, it wasn't close to any fins or anything, close to ripping off. So I just let it go, and I started helping Hunter pull his line up. Super solid yellow spot. I was so stoked when Hunter shot it. Yellow spots are like one of my favorite fish to shoot and see being shot. And Hunter spined this one. It was so sick. Solid yellow spot. This one was probably high 7.8 would be my guess, but we didn't actually weigh it, so we don't know for sure how much this one weighed, but he was definitely a big one, for sure. So on this drop, we had seen a bunch of big omilus coming up from the depths at the other end of the this deep ledge. And so I went down after Hunter shot his yellow spot, and I wanted to try and see if I could call one of them up. I couldn't get down to the bottom where these omilus actually were because it was like 150 feet. But I could get down to this little section right here, which was about 75, 80. And so I figured maybe I can call them up from the depths. So I get down and I'm grunting, trying to get them to come in. But I had a really junk breathe up because I was so excited seeing the omilus that I didn't have that much bottom time at all. So I started going back up already, and this is one of the most embarrassing things I've ever done in my spearfishing career. As I'm going up, a big kahala starts rushing in. And so I try and drop back down to get a shot on him. And I line up, take the worst shot possible, and I completely miss this giant kahala, huge target, and I somehow managed to completely miss. I took one of the worst shots possible. He was facing like directly away from me. And I tried to take a shot, and I completely missed that huge target. So pretty embarrassing, and I was thinking about that for a while after. And if I had just waited on the bottom a little bit longer, he probably would have come right in front of me, and I would have had a much better broadside shot. Nice and rested on the bottom, but it is what it is. So here's Hunter hunting that moo pile again. As you can see, they're in the distance right now, but these moo, like I said, they were super curious. So as you can see, they're already starting to come in, and one of them is just beelining it straight for him. This good 3-4 pounder maybe, and it stops right in front of him. So Hunter's lines up, takes a nice shot. Ooh, right in the gill plate. Solid move. There were definitely some bigger ones in the school, but you know, that one came super close, and Hunter got a really nice shot on it. And this one wasn't around where I was shooting the Roy, so like 65, 70-ish. So nice yellow spot and a nice moo in the boat. So after some debrief action, we decided to go blue water, and we pulled up on a buoy in hopes of getting a mahi. So we jump in, and Hunter sees a mahi. This is slowed down because I'm going to go over everything that was going on first. But Hunter sees a mahi, so I'm following him because I'm going to try and film him shooting the mahi, and then I'll be right there to get a backup shot in as soon as Hunter gets his shot. So I'm waiting for Hunter to shoot, but then all of a sudden Hunter stops because he runs out of air and he goes up to the surface. So I kept tracking the mahi, and it turns broadside perfectly for me. But for Hunter, he was kind of faced away, so I just line up, stabilize my gun a little bit, and then put a shot in. So here's full speed. Hunter sees it, and I crashed into the buoy there because the current was so nuts and it pulled me straight into the buoy. But Hunter's chasing. I'm trying to film him and the mahi at the same time, but then Hunter runs out of air. So I keep tracking this mahi. I keep chasing it down. Then I put in a shot, and the fight is on. He charged towards us at one point, or she, I should say. And then she charged past us and started fighting this thing. Now this mahi was so strong that within seconds I was almost spooled. So I called back to the boat. They threw in a buoy, and I grab onto the other end of the tag line, and I clipped it to my gun just in case if the mahi spooled me, I could let go of my gun and we'd still have a fight on, and the mahi wouldn't just break off my line or drag me down underneath the water. So you can see the mahi's pretty deep right now. All that line that was out of my reel, that's how deep this fish was at this point. You can barely see it. You can just see him flashing or her flashing every so often. So I'm just trying to pull it up because I didn't really know where my shot was. So I'm just really gently just trying to get it up from the depths. Just working her slowly because I don't know how good my shot is. And I definitely did not want this fish to rip off. And all of a sudden, the mahi starts coming up on her own. So I start pulling in all the slack as fast as I can. And then Hunter goes down, puts in a backup shot. And together we landed my first pelagic and Hunter's second pelagic because he shot a 13-pound Kamanu before. I was stoked on this fish. My first ever mahi and my first ever pelagic. Super, super excited. And this fish was absolutely beautiful. You can see the greens and yellows and the blues on the dorsal fin. Absolutely beautiful. The most beautiful fish I've ever shot. So stoked to land this thing. And so glad it didn't rip off. My shot was not the greatest at all. Look at those colors, man. Absolutely beautiful. Those blue dots are so cool. And then the dorsal fin was like this really, really vibrant blue. You can kind of see it, and then I'm going to pull the dorsal fin up. Look at those colors. So sick. Stoking.
Can I see your face? Yeah.
Alright, good.
Your boards.
Yes, sir.
That's not your first mahi, right?
No, it is.
It is.
It's my first mahi.
Oh,
yeah.
man.
Oh, no wonder.
Oh, you call out with Avery. That's pelagic.
Bluewater Bible.
Bluewater Bible, bro. You passed the inauguration.
Oh, but it's
Good.
just the dog is running.
Stoking.
From
Huh?
Oh,
Yeah, put them on, put them on.
which house the one do
Just move. Big spot. So pretty. The top and the fin. Alright guys, that is it for part 1 of this little dive adventure that I had with my friend Hunter. I got my first pelagic, mahi weighing in at 18 pounds. It wasn't a bull, but it was a big female, which was still super awesome. And I'm so stoked to get my first mahi and my first pelagic. Thank you to Avery, who was our boat guy and who is super knowledgeable about the waters and the spots. And he put us right in the right zones, and we managed to capitalize and get some really nice fish. So huge shout out to him, and thank you to Hunter for getting that backup shot on the mahi for me. I really appreciate both of you guys. And yeah, so part 2 will be coming out. I don't know when I'm gonna be able to make that video, but very soon, so stay tuned for that, and I'll see you guys in that video. So Until then, shoots everybody.